Hey legends, welcome back to another episode of FatChat by Body Majic. I'm very excited to have the guy that I've got sitting next to me today. If you've been following along the pod from way back in the Body Majic days, you'll know him. Please welcome Jono. Jono, welcome back to
Thanks, mate.
First FatChat episode that I've had you back on.
This is amazing.
Yeah, so
very different.
Very different from when we were doing it just out the garage.
On a ping pong table.
On a ping pong table, yeah, exactly.
Very good.
Upgraded a bit more. There's a few more cameras for everyone that's listening at home. Just before we're sitting down trying to work out the headphones and get Jono all settled, and then I started doing the intro just like what I'm doing now, and he was confused as to where I was talking because there's a camera here, there's a camera here.
Such a good setup though. It's actually elite.
It is
really
good. It is good. But mate, thanks for coming down. We're going to have you as a little bit more regular every couple of weeks for the little update episodes. We're on some segments.
We are.
And real excited as well. You're going to be part of the Body Majic team very soon as well. I reckon we're dropping it.
Right, we're dropping that. Yeah, I am pretty excited.
Yeah, coming on as a coach. How good.
I know.
Very excited.
I just need a name now.
I know. Yeah. Jono Majic.
It works. We'll just do that.
But man, I'm really excited to have you on because we've got some regular segments that we're going to do. We're going to talk about the FatChat challenge that's going on at the moment, a little bit of update to some of the people that have been involved with that. So I know that people that are listening to the pod, there's loads of you that are part of the FatChat challenge currently. We've got the BackChat guys on there. We've got, we're training, we're watching what they eat. We've got them on a 12-week program. They're in the group chat, all that sort of thing. It's going great. And I just wanted to shout out to a couple of the people that are doing it.
Shout them.
Because they are doing some amazing work, right? So we run every week. We're also going down and doing these group sessions, and everybody comes down. We train once a week, and they've got their workouts to do by themselves at the gym or home, whatever. And there's a few people that just deserve to be mentioned. So CJ, right? CJ has lost 5 or 6 kilos. He's looking unbelievable so far. He's rocked up to every Saturday session. On the message and reply like this. He's on the group chat, getting around everyone, and just fully embraced it. We've got Shane as well. Shane has been down every Saturday morning. Shane asked that many questions. He just wants to get better every week, which I love. Awesome. And again, just creating that group, which is so good. And then we've also, as part of it, we've got this leaderboard going on, and you get points for logging your daily habits and if you've trained and if you've improved your eating, and also rating your mood on the site. And we've got at the top of the ladder, and I love watching it. Every time I refresh the page every day, it's just a little bit different. It's between Haley and Anthony at the moment. Haley and Anthony are just switching, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know who's actually going to be able to win because I'm convinced that it's so I'm talking it's a point or two in it all the time.
What if it's a draw?
Well, it is a draw, but and sometimes some days I log in and it is a draw, and they're the same points, but it must just go alphabetically after that.
Oh,
so
right.
I don't know. I honestly don't know who's going to win, and you can't retrospectively get points. So it's if you forget to log in for the day, you can't go back and log your points. So they're on it every day. It must have an alarm.
It's a habit.
It's a habit.
So
that's exactly what we're trying to do, is build all those habits. How's all your training going?
It's been good. It's been a lot better actually since I last chatted to you.
Yeah.
Food and stuff. Counting calories, eating heaps.
Yeah, good.
Back hurts, but that's
eating
just
heaps,
the training.
Eating heaps because the braces are off now as well.
I know.
Pearly
I
whites
don't have to worry about food getting
unbelievable.
stuck in them anymore. It's so much better. But yeah, I don't think you realise how different foods are really in terms of your fats and all that, proteins and carbs, until you start tracking it and you're like, oh, I should not be eating that, or I should be eating more of this. But just pasta and meatballs, that's
pasta and
my
meatballs,
favourite,
so
honestly.
Good.
It's so good right now.
Well, just on that, we've just taken a little bit more notice about what you're eating. That's often when people are first starting, and all these people that are on the FatChat challenge, when you start just having a little bit more of a look into, the calories and the protein and all that sort of thing, you'd be just amazed of how much that changes your choices once you start to, educate yourself a little bit more about something that you maybe thought, would be less calorie dense versus something that's really high calorie dense. There's all these just little decisions that you start to make, and it's definitely a skill that you learn, hey?
Oh, because it's hard to get into.
It is.
It is. The last thing I want to do when I get home is make overnight Wheat Bix for the next morning for breakfast, but do it.
You do it, just part of that habit.
Just do it.
Just do it and get that habit
Get
ticking
it
on
done,
off.
But it's been going good, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone that's on the Fat Chat Challenge, you're doing amazing. There's so many more people that I'm definitely going to be giving shout outs over the next few weeks because they're doing unbelievable stuff. Keep it up, guys. And yeah, it's been awesome creating that community of all the listeners of the pod so far. Yeah, we love it. We do really love it. So this week I've also had, or the last couple of weeks, I've had some of the AFL guys come back in because obviously the season's all done, which has been good. So
done
really,
for some.
Yeah, done for some. Yeah, just getting in early. They were that excited for Body Madge and get back in for another pre-season that they went, we'll wrap the season up early.
Yeah.
So,
thanks, Nick.
But I've got Shannon Neal in that plays for Geelong.
Yep.
So like each year that I've done the pre-seasons, there's always one that like does extraordinarily well. So like the 2 years ago, that was Luke's breakout year.
Yep.
After a really big pre-season. This year, was Nick Martin's.
Superstar.
Your favourite.
Oh, love him.
Absolutely killed it. And Trent Rivers as well. Really, really good.
Yep.
And this year, I'm putting the prediction. Any Geelong fans that are listening, Shannon Neal is going to be the man.
You reckon?
He is going to explode next year. He's training that hard. We're getting the mindset right. It's going to be Shannon's year. I already know.
Yep.
I already know. So we're training like 3 times a week with him. Nick's already back in. Sorry, he's still in Victoria, Nick, but we sorted him out a program.
Get back, Nick.
Now. Yeah, so excited for him to get back in the gym. But yeah, we're lifting weights, doing some power stuff. I've got them swimming as well.
Yeah, right.
As like part of, because I'm doing a bit of swimming at the moment with all the Ironman stuff. Shannon's come along for a swim session.
Yeah.
And I've sent Nick
Actually, I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, and I've sent Nick some stuff as well, which is just like good, just for like something a little bit different. But I've really enjoyed the swimming side of stuff. And it's just like a cardio session that it's not really like any impact on your body.
Is it easier than running and cycling, do you feel though? Or is it like...
Oh, it's hard. It's different. So for me, I reckon it is, because I think that you definitely are someone that's either good at swimming or not that good at swimming. I think I've got the technique and everything down okay. So I quite enjoy it and sort of can cruise through.
Yeah.
And it's definitely easier for me than the running because it's not as much impact on the ground as well, which I really like. But the problem with the swimming, it can just be so boring because...
Did you get your headphones?
No,
yet?
I haven't got headphones yet. So there is underwater headphones that you can get, but I'm doing like a 4-kilometre session, which will take me about just over an hour and a half to do.
Reading the script of Lord of the Rings, might I add.
In my head, just... And I'm just like straight down the line, just grinding it out. And what I've been doing is I've been thinking about song. I have to do a song in my head. So like I'll do like Ed Sheeran just from like thinking out loud as detailed as I can from start to finish and then go, what's the next on the playlist?
Oh my God.
That's how boring it gets. So that's the only problem with the long distance swimming. But the stuff that they're doing is like, a K and a half or something that total.
Oh,
so that
like rookie numbers.
So that might take, like, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes or something like that.
Right.
But that's been really good. So I've quite enjoyed that. And which kind of leads into the next little bit. We've got a new challenge that I've just started to run, which is the Footy Pre-Season Challenge. I know that a lot of people that are listening to Fat Chat, following along on socials and everything, are right into their football and they play football at all sorts of different levels. So we've started this challenge. Starts officially on the 9th of October, but there is limited spots for it, and I sold it out last year, and it's got a heap of sign-ups already, which is great. So it's a 22-week program that's like the whole pre-season, and it's modelled what I do with the AFL guys that come on in.
Yeah.
So there's 3 days in the gym, there's 2 running days, and there's also an optional swim day as well, which is what I've just started to put in. So there's a heap of stuff, nutrition plans, weekly check-in with me or another coach. If you're in Perth, we're actually going to do an in-person running session each week as well, which would be pretty cool. I'm actually really looking forward to the running session in person because with the Fat Chat Challenge and growing that community and what it is at the moment, I reckon that's been the best part because everybody gets together.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit of face-to-face time. You learn a little bit more about everyone. And you can also sort of like, it's a little bit competitive and it's a good community and another team away from your football team, obviously, that you're training with. So
that's good.
Yeah, it is good. So we've got that that's up, ready to go to sign up now. Head on over to my website, signing up. It's $30 a week, goes for 22 weeks. And we move through sort of some different phases of training as well. So the first 4 to 8 weeks is all muscle gain and strength gain stuff, as well as the running, a little bit of tempo running, a little bit of swimming and introducing the swimming stuff.
Yeah.
And then the little period after that, heading in towards Christmas, we're looking at more like explosive power work in the gym, some quicker stuff with the runs. And And then when we go to January, February, when everybody starts to go back and doing a couple of pre-season sessions with their club, we'll back the running stuff right off, and we just focus on the gym stuff and conditioning and all that sort of thing.
A lot of variety there.
A lot of variety. So it's just a well-structured program that I'm using for the guys that's all over that pre-season period, because there's nothing worse than when you're following a program. You might hit it out really hard for like 4 weeks or 8 weeks, but you got to make sure you're doing the right things at the right time. So you're sort of peaking at the right moment as well. And there's obviously Christmas in between there. So that's why we work on the more power stuff where everybody's probably a little bit hung, in between those couple of weeks.
Not going for a run.
Yeah, exactly. So like we do like some shorter sprint, more jumpy work that's in the gym, which is much more enjoyable than doing the endurance stuff. Yeah. And we work through it like that. So really looking forward to it. The sign-ups there's been heaps already. It's all levels of football. And the amount of the girls that are getting on board, so good. There's so many girls teams now.
It's kicking off, isn't it?
Absolutely kicking off. So anybody that's out there listening that wants to take their preseason to the next level, train like an AFL player, it's modeled on the exact stuff as what I'm doing with all the AFL guys in the gym. Head on over to www.bodymagic.fit. I'll tell you all the tips, tricks, programs, training methods, meal plans, weekly check-in, all of it to take your game to the next level. So it should be pretty good.
But get in fast because heaps of sign-ups.
Heaps of sign-ups and limited spots.
So don't sleep.
All right, now getting on to the Ironman stuff that we just sort of talking about, like the swimming shit. It's been a while since I've updated everybody with... I actually haven't spoken to you that much about it recently.
No, you don't call me anymore. Too busy.
I have to get you on a pod in order
it's the first time we've caught up in about 8 months.
That is a lie. I try to catch up with you all the time, and you're like, oh yeah, no, we'll catch up, and then gets the day. Oh mate, sorry, I've got this on.
It's a tennis match. It's Novak and Federer.
It just actually goes back and
missed calls.
But yeah, the Ironman stuff. So I think last time I updated everyone on the pod was about like 6 weeks ago or something. I've had a fucking heap happen in the last 6 weeks. So I think the distances that I was going, I had a knee injury at that point.
Oh, what's wrong with your knees?
Yeah, well, I had this little tendonitis thing, not like your shock and patellas, but I had this little...
they're not in the shock.
I had this little tendonitis on the side of my knee, and I had to like build that back up. So I wasn't even running last time, I don't think, when I updated everyone. But I went and saw this running specialist guy that's like around the corner here.
Yep.
And he sort of looked at me and he was like doing some, prodding around and whatever. And he was like, mate, glutes are fucked pretty much. And I was like, right, okay. So I had to... You're looking at me weird.
Overworked glutes.
Yeah. No, underworked. They're not working enough. That was the problem. So
interesting.
He gave me all these, it was like static hold exercises like on the wall, a couple of like little lunge position things, and just sort of start to activate my glutes a little bit more when I was running to take the load off my knee when it's hitting into the ground.
Yeah, right.
And to start off with, I was fucking skeptical. I was like...
This ain't going to work.
I was like, it's my knee. It's not my glute. It's like, it's there, the pain, not up here. But then I thought, okay, I'll just do all the stuff. And I did it all for like 3 or 4 weeks, all the static hold stuff. There was like a lot of really slow build up into the running. So it was like doing like a 2K or even less, a K run.
Yeah.
And then walk for 5 minutes, then a K run, like little things like that.
Yeah.
Which was really frustrating because I was like,
just get into running. I want to keep going.
Yeah, I just want to keep going and just like get it done. And sort of I thought the walking was just a waste of time pretty much. But I did it for the 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's gone away. Like I haven't had any pain almost at all in it, which is amazing. Unreal. So pretty happy with that. And then since then the running, I've done, the most I did was, it was almost 18 Ks on the treadmill on Sunday. So it was like an hour and 45 minutes. That's been pretty good.
Yeah.
And I way prefer doing it on the treadmill than what I do out
in the weather.
Well, it's more that I can watch something on TV. So like I put like,
Lord of the Rings.
No, I haven't been watching Lord of the Rings. I've been watching Outlander. Have you seen Outlander? No. Oh yeah, it's like a chick's like romantic like
rom-com, is it?
No, it's not a rom-com. It's like Game of Thrones, but like a little bit more. It's like as hectic as Game of Thrones.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Okay, but anyway. Been watching that. So okay, I'm really looking forward to like watching that every time. So I only...
Makes it easier to run.
I'm only watching it if I'm on the treadmill. That's the rule. So I'm like, oh, sick. Can't wait to get into that episode. Then I put it on and I get running. So that's good. Knee's been good with that. And then the rides have just been... I have to take you on a ride or something sometime.
Absolutely not. Not
just
a chance.
Just a short one, like an hour or something.
No, short for me is leg day warm up. I'm on there for about 5, like a song and a half, and I am like, get off.
That's
like,
it.
I cannot do anymore. I'm just like, nah. Because then only work out for like an hour and a half, and I don't want to spend half of it riding, and my knees hurt, so
yeah, fair.
I'm not doing it.
I can't wait to never ever do any of this long endurance stuff.
I'll come with you if you get one of those like baskets, and you can strap me in, and you ride, and I just sit there like a baby,
like the ones at Rotto, like where you have the little carriage at the back.
Yeah, I'll be that. I'll be that guy.
So I've been doing the ride. Sorry, so they've been building up pretty well. And I spoke to my coach, Matt, the other day, and he said that so he's great coach, but I can never really tell when he's like, he either really builds me up, or when I think I'm going hell good, he sort of just brings me down a level.
Drop one of them quotes that he kind of texts you every day.
Oh, so he said something along the lines of, what was it? Something about the weather. There was a storm coming. Oh, right. I said to him, I was like, oh, man, I can't go out riding today. It's like, super wet. I'll just do it on the trainer bike. And he sends me stuff like, mate, I wait for the fucking storms to hit before I get out the bike. He's a hardcore, right? He's a hardcore bloke. But yeah, he's really got, I've actually taken a lot out of him coaching and his style into how I'm coaching people now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Not as hectic as this, but like there's just been little bits and pieces which has been nice to pick up on.
Motivational quotes.
Yeah, or not quite motivational. I'm not there sitting there going, get out in the fucking rain to everybody. But
maybe you should be.
Maybe I should. Yeah.
Pay for it.
But so he's really good at like building you up when you need to be brought up, because man, it's like this has been the hardest thing I've ever physically ever done in my life. I
can imagine. Yeah.
Just because my body's not used to it. It's so much time, and like I'm trying to do it around all my work stuff and all, just everything else as well. Flat out. So it's just like, it's so hard to be on it all the time. And then when I'm doing all the runs or the big rides or whatever, often there's just something in my head that I'm just like, shit, I want to go and do the other thing, whether it's like a work thing or sort of pod out or a video I'm supposed to do, whatever it is, I'm thinking about that. So it sort of takes away from almost the session a little bit. Yeah, so he's good at like building me up and bringing me back down. But he called me up the other day. I was a bit flat, and I was like, just having a chat about, hey mate, I'm super tired and whatever. No, it's all good. What he said is, I wish I could tell you it gets better, but it doesn't get better, unfortunately. But he did say that out of any of the first time people that he's done for the Ironman,
you're the best.
No, that I've missed the least sessions.
Okay, well that's good.
That's pretty good. I was happy with that, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck yeah, that's cool. Like I was, because you don't kind of know like if you're where you're sitting with it all, because my first time, I've got no experience doing it, like I have no idea. So that was good to hear. So I was like, great, because I've only missed 2 sessions or 3 sessions or something. So I've been on it.
And how long you been on it for?
With him like 10 weeks or something, but then I've been training since June, May.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. So I've hardly missed.
Sessions,
I've hardly missed. And it's gone from like being a real drag, me really not liking that exercise, to I semi-enjoy it now, or at least I enjoy getting to like the next little bit, which like I think that for me, that I'm in the gym, and like yourself as well, you're in the gym, that's part of your regular routine, you enjoy doing that, that you forget how hard it is to change a little bit of your routine up. And it's just really difficult. So I can I've taken more away from it for sort of new clients coming on in and new people that I'm working with, because I'm like, I actually have a bit of a fresher mind of going, this is really hard to do when it's like something that's fresh, new, that you really want to get into a new routine. It's tough work.
It is, definitely.
Yeah. And what's your routine been like lately?
It's been, what have I been doing? Been training Mondays through to Thursdays, Fridays off, Saturdays. But I think like training was always the easier part. Yeah. So that's kind of stayed the same. Obviously weight's going up now. I think with the food as well, I've noticed my lifts are just drastically getting heavier. Yeah. Which is good. But the food and all that stuff, that's kind of been like a lock. Yeah. Besides Friday, because when Friday night footy's on, you get a pizza and a garlic bread. Solid. And that's my reward for doing the hard work. I'm allowed to have a pizza. Yeah. But that's the routine's pretty much, doing that. Making sure I do that allows me to go to the gym, and then my reward is a big dirty pizza. Yeah, that's awesome. And like the feeling you get from walking out the gym from doing weights is so nice, because you feel so good. So I went yesterday with Nick. I have not lifted a weight since
first week of July is the last time I have lifted any weight.
Yeah.
And I went in and we were doing, when he just left, 110 for a couple of reps on the bench. We're squatting just over 100.
110.
Oh, I was fucking really strong. Like I was feeling, and he was really strong as well.
Yeah.
We were feeling good. And then I haven't lifted anything. I went back yesterday. I'm doing sets of 60 kilos on the bench for like 8 reps like this.
That's
shaking.
Good. That's good.
Oh no, it's terrible. And then like I'm sore as today.
Yeah.
And I did like 6 sets of chest stuff. Like it's crazy the difference.
Well, I think like I always get the, how do you go to the gym in the morning? It's like, well, I don't want to, but I go. But the feeling because obviously I have a shower and then I go to work, but the shower, when you get out of a nice hot shower, especially lately because it's been cold, but you open the gym door and you get a cold breeze.
Ugh.
I don't know what that is, but that feeling is the best.
Really?
It's just
weird.
I don't know what it is, but it's such a good feeling. I'm just like, this is windows down. It'd be raining almost. I still got windows down.
So you
Cold
like
breeze
just be
after a hot
freezing.
shower.
It's freezing
It's
after.
just good. It's I don't know what it is, but it works. I don't know. It's probably weird, but
There you go.
anyway.
Hectic. Anyway, back to the bike. So I'm doing all these the longer rides now as well. So I did a 5. So every second Saturday I'm having to do like a 5-hour or more ride, and that's just.
Saturdays aren't long enough for 5-hour rides.
It's the only time I can do. It's the only day that I can commit 5 hours, and I've got that entire time.
Do you ride during the week?
I ride during the week, but they're like 90 minutes or 2 hours max. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with the bike rides as well is it's not, even though, okay, it's a 5-hour ride, it'll take you 6 hours or more because you'll stop at
Got cars
halfway.
beeping at you, calling you dickhead.
Yeah,
Get off
that's
the road.
right. That's right. Pretty much, yeah. But no, but by the time you pump up your tires to start off with, you get all your gear on, you get ready, you put all the gels in, you stop at halfway for some food, you get back. It ends up being like another 40 minutes to an hour or more.
Pump the tyres up.
You got to make sure the tires are pumped.
Correct PSI.
Yeah. Like you just do all the checks. You make sure the gears are all good. Like it's like a whole thing.
Pre-start on a bike.
It's a whole. Every time you go for a ride, there's all these little things that you just make sure is all good, because the last thing you want to do is go for a ride and then you get a puncture or something halfway through, and then you're stuck out there, and I don't know how to change a tire, so I'll be ringing me dad, going like. Going, Dad, please,
Richard,
how do I do this? Please come riding for me.
But you don't carry a tube on you.
Yeah, you have a tube. Yeah, there's
where do you keep the tube?
There's like a little pouch thing at the back of your seat that you have a tube, and then you have a little small air pump that's like clipped on the middle sort of like bar of your bike.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say in the pouch. It's like, how small is the pump? If it's okay, no,
yeah,
that's
no,
cool.
it's only about that big.
Small, is it?
Small, yeah.
Right, okay.
So anyway, it's on the side there. So you have all that. But yeah, it ends up being a whole thing. So that's been my Saturdays. And then by the time you get back from that, I'm so tired. I've never felt the type of tired after those 5-hour rides. It's just shocking. And your body has just produced so much lactic acid over that time, and if you don't fuel up the right nutrition, oh my god, you're done. So
no Macca's, no KFC.
No, it's actually okay to fuel up whilst you're going, but it's more about like getting the carbohydrate in when you're doing it. So again, this is all stuff that I'm learning more stuff every single week, and the further it gets, as in the distances get that I'm doing for all the stuff, the more precise everything has to be, because it makes a huge difference.
Right, okay.
On those 5-hour rides, those gels? Remember the gels
you told me about them. I tried them,
Yeah, they're good, hey?
They're good, especially before the gym. Really good.
Yeah, I can't believe I wasn't using these previously more for training and footy and sport and all that sort of thing, because they're actually really,
unreal,
really good.
yeah.
So pretty much what they are is they're a little sachet. You would have seen footy players have more like the endurance sports or whatever. You crack that open, it's like this little gel. And it's sort of like a glucosey, syrupy kind of deal. It's a very weird texture.
It's like honey texture almost.
Yeah.
But it's,
And there's good flavors and there's bad flavors.
Yeah.
But when you're doing those 5-hour rides, it's one of those every half an hour. So for a 5-hour ride, that's like, what are you getting
Do you have to stop and get off to open it?
No, you have it in your pouch at the back, and you just pull it and you rip it as you go, and you just suck it out, and then you keep going. So
what do you do with the rubbish?
Put it in the other. So there's you got 3 little pouches on the back of your bike stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So you have one for all your fuel. Your second one's got your phone.
On the back of the seat?
No, it's on your shirt. It's not a pouch in your shirt. Haven't you seen them reach back? Haven't you seen all that?
No.
Oh, right. Well, anyway.
I'm usually yelling at them or something like that. don't have time to look at them. But no, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So
I
you
thought
have that at the
like
back.
a backpack on.
No. It's like this little pouch thing that you got. So I have like 8 gels when I go for one of those rides, and every hour and a half.
Pricey though.
It's really pricey.
What were you paying for?
Maybe $4 for one of those things. So like and then you do that. Plus you need electrolytes. You need to be going through like a liter every about 90 minutes or so. So you're taking that, and then you've got bars. You have to have a bar every 90 minutes, and then you stop it halfway for whatever food that you like. So it actually racks up to be really expensive because you got just fueling yourself. And if you don't do it, you cannot get past. Like you get to 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and you just can't go anymore if you don't fuel up.
Honestly, that sounds shocking.
It is shocking. It's the worst thing ever. And then like it's a bit of a weird thing because like the first hour is probably the hardest part of the ride in terms of how your body feels. Like when you're sitting on the seat, you're like,
Cheeks
this is like it's really sore, like it's hitting on your bone, all that sort of thing. It's just really uncomfortable, and just getting yourself into that rhythm of riding. But then after the first hour, everything feels better after the first hour. It's weird. You just got to get through the first hour, and then the rest of it is semi-okay as long as you fuel up.
Do you have like a timer on your phone that goes off or something? Or how do you know that you've got a watch?
A watch, yeah. You got the Garmin. So like that's doing all your Ks.
That was a dumb question.
yeah. Well, no, it's a good question. So you've got like does the heart rate, does your Ks.
Yeah.
And depending for those 5 hour ones, it's literally just going for as far as as you can go. 2.5 hours that way, 2.5 back kind of thing. So I got 135 Ks done on the weekend. So that was pretty solid. So I went from
back.
Just about. It's past Mandurah. It's past Mandurah and back. Yeah,
Jesus.
I go past the old Mandurah Road, keep going down the whole way. There's no one on that
Probably
bike
shouldn't
path.
go.
I reckon I see on that bike path from Canningvale to there, 3 people, like every ride, even on a beautiful day. There's no one that uses that bike path for some reason. But then you go up the Riverway, there's bike riders everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
So that's why it's better to go that way. So
okay.
Done that one, but it's getting pretty good. So I've got up to 5 hours, 135 Ks there. Then I've done some hill sessions as well. So I've gone from my house up to Kalamunda.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of the coach. Like he's, just dresses me down when I think I've, done something good.
Wicked, yeah.
So he sent me this thing with the map, goes, yep, get up to Kalamunda, work hard, you got to do this. I went, yep, cool, no worries. So then I get up, grinding up the hill, and it's up zigzags way, and there's all these little hills beforehand before you actually get up the main bit, and oh my god, it is just like my heart rate got to like 178 or something. Like I was so gassed. I've never been so gassed on the bike. Got all the way up there, finished it off, pumped it hard. I did it in pretty good time. I was really happy with it. And I'm like, yes. And I put some stuff in me jumping on my story and whatever.
I did see that.
So I did that, had a bit of a break. And then the best thing about the hill though, is you don't have to pedal anything.
Yeah, straight down.
Yeah. I think I was clocking 70 Ks at the bottom of like Gooseberry Hill Road or whatever, just going. It was really scary with bottom of zigzags.
Yeah, yep.
So you go down a few ones there and you're absolutely steaming, and you're on the tyre that's only a centimetre thick. Like it's pretty scary.
If you get a honking up,
you're done. Yeah, you literally are. But so flying down, so that's good fun on the way down. But I put all that stuff on my story, and I put my phone in my back, and I'm like riding home, and I get home, and I'm like really happy with the ride, and then all I see is this message going, "You didn't fucking finish" or something, and I was like, "What?" Like, and I'm messaging him back, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" I was like, I got it done. Like I got up to the top of the hill. It's like, no. You were supposed to take this other road up to the top here for like another 15 minutes. And he gave me like this full spray. Like he gave me this, and I've come home like so happy with this. Like I've killed that ride. He gave me this biggest spray for like not doing the last little bit.
I'd get my back up so bad. I'd be like, listen here, mate.
But this is the thing. So this is like, I think he knows like when, like he's really good because he knows like when he can sort of push it to me and push the buttons to me a little bit to do more. Because I was riding high. I was like, I was so happy with the ride.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of made me come back down to earth real quick, being like, nah. And I was like, oh no. So anyway, so the next time I went up Kalamunda, it was that day a few weeks ago that was super foggy. It could hardly see. Couldn't see 100 meters in front. So I got to the bottom of the hill. It was cold as well. And I actually couldn't see to anywhere near the top of the hill. So the whole time I'm riding, I've only done it the once before. Don't really remember it that well. Riding. And it just felt like this forever going hill. Like every time I looked up, it was just clouds. It's just like, I had no idea where I was. So that was also pretty hard. But those like strength ones definitely helping out big time on the long rides, which is good. So I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get to the 180 Ks that I need for on the day with that.
And what day is it again?
December 3rd is the second or third. Anyway, one of the two. That's when the Ironman's actually on.
It's getting close, hey?
It's getting close, yeah. And then in the pool's doing good. I'm super happy with all the pool stuff. Speedo hit me up actually.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, so they're sending me a whole heap of stuff, which is great. I'm getting like wetsuit.
So you're gonna have to get your keckle out on Instagram.
No, I've been wearing the Speedos, but it's just been the same pair. And man, you swimming in a pool, the chlorine, oh my God, they like disintegrate.
That's what's ruining them,
Yeah. they literally disintegrate after a few weeks of wearing them, which is super annoying. And the amount of goggles that I've lost, how
do you lose goggles?
I do the same thing every single time. So I finish the swim and I'm like dead, and I have a drink of water because it's up on like the step thing, and I take my goggles off. And then when I get out the pool, I leave the goggles in the water bottle on the step, and then I go have a shower. Yeah. And then I grab my bag and then I leave. And I leave them in the same bit every time because I don't want to like bring my water bottle in the water as I'm going through. So I leave it on the side of the pool.
But wouldn't you just get out and go and get it and then go to have a shower?
I forget because I'm so tight. Like this has happened. I'm onto my 4th pair of goggles. And whenever I go to Lost Property, no one ever has my goggles.
So are they sending you goggles?
They're sending me heaps of goggles.
Oh,
so that's good. So,
they weren't. This is you telling them I need goggles now.
Yeah. Well, that's how I think they got onto me with someone. I put it on my story that I've lost all these goggles, and then that's how they kind of started chatting to me. So, which is great. So I'm super happy with that. But the swim is the only part that I definitely know I can do because I did a 4K one the other day, which was super. Like I was stuffed after, but pretty solid. I'm happy with the swim. I can get that done, which is good. So we'll just keep grinding away and hopefully.
And what's the runs looking like? What's the furthest one you've done? Did you say
18? Yeah. So I got a bit of work to do with that.
On the runs, yeah.
But the other thing is the bigger days are easier to do than the smaller days because like when I'd go, okay, cool, I've got the ride or I've got a big run, I block it out and I go, yep, cool, let's go do it. But when it's a smaller day, it's harder to get motivated for the smaller day because I'm like, oh, fuck, how's this going to help me? I'm only running.
Point? Yeah.
I have to run for 50 minutes through 8Ks. I need 40. What's that? Like it just doesn't feel like I have to. I don't feel like I get that much benefit out of it, but there is a lot of benefit out of doing it because it like makes your first stage of the run or the swim much easier, gets your conditioning up, good for recovery, all that sort of thing. So I just got to keep making sure I hit the smaller ones, but they're harder to get up for.
What's
than the big
your
ones.
difference in weight from start to now?
Well, actual physical number is I was 86. I got up to 87 and then I'm down to like 82 now. But so that's 5 kilos, still a bit. I look about 10 or 12 kilos lighter than what I usually do. I did a photo the other day. I'll show you this. I have to put this up. But I did this photo the other day, a little before and after. The glow down, Look at that. How hectic's that? Just disintegrated. That's wild. Just everything is just shrunk.
That is wild.
So what happens?
You say I got small knees, bro. Have a look. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but honestly, that's zoomed in too.
Well, there's honestly nothing to me. Like it doesn't even show my legs there. My legs are the ones that have really lost.
That's probably why
heaps of mass off. But
waist up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
5 kilos. That's huge.
But 5 actual kilos. But I reckon the body composition change has probably been about 10 to 12 at least.
Do you remember when I was working? No. Where were we? Next Gen Gym, and you did that body composition thing, and you stood on the scales.
Oh yeah.
And you were like the highest.
Yeah.
For like,
I got 101 out of 100. How does that work?
I don't know how that works, but you were the top for what was it? Muscle to fat to whatever it was, your height, your weight, whatever it was. It was like you are the prime and then 1.
Yeah.
And now you don't reckon it's anywhere close to that?
Yeah, well, it's just completely different. My muscles are so dense. So when I think Matt had told this on here, maybe he was speaking to me, the coach, not on the podcast, but your muscles get super, super dense when you do the like long distance endurance stuff. Yeah. So when you're doing weights in the gym, they're like nice and fat and juicy, and they're full of blood and glycogen stores and all the nice tissues and everything that make it all nice and plumpy looking.
Yeah.
But when you do endurance stuff, just because of all just because of all the impact that's going through your muscles, the repetitions, all that sort of thing, it makes it so much more dense, and that's why you weigh more.
Tenderizing, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That's literally like what it is.
Yeah,
tenderizing,
okay.
Yeah. So that's what's happening to my body, which is
I wish
wild.
I could run and ride.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But it's making me a little bit depressed because I've definitely got a small amount of body dysmorphia that I'm just like looking at myself going, just disintegrating in front of my eyes.
You look fantastic.
Oh, stop it! But anyway, but I just can't wait to get back into the gym and get lifting heavy again because I'm properly fucking over it. It was 2 weeks ago. I was that close to just being like, if I hadn't been talking, the problem with me is I tell everybody everything. So it's like, so like if I've told everybody I'm doing it, I have to fucking do it. If I hadn't been doing all social media stuff and I was doing this on my own, I would have quit 3 weeks ago.
I'm
like
sure
100%.
we could film something and make it look like you were there.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah.
But no, you have to do it.
Yeah, I have to do it. So
are you going to reward yourself? What are you looking forward to most about getting it done?
Never doing it again.
You'll
ever.
finish it.
Yeah.
But you got to reward yourself. Not never doing it again, because
trust me, that is the biggest motivation for me right
never
now.
running again.
I'm never, ever, ever doing this ever again in my life. This is ridiculous. I don't know how people do this. It's
what if
crazy.
someone said, "I'll give you $1 million"?
Well, that's different. That's
so
fine.
you would. So don't say never.
I would
That's
never
a lie.
do
What a
it.
cop out.
I would never just do it
For fun.
for fun. This
But
is
you're not
fun.
doing it for fun anyway.
No, that's
'cause
true.
It's not fun.
It's not fun, yeah. But I think that for people, for like the clients and stuff I've been working with and people's feedback on socials or whatever, people are enjoying seeing me struggle with stuff. Which
But
is
I think that's good though, because it's you being a weightlifter, PT kind of thing. You're, like you said earlier, you're starting this new thing, so you're still learning and you're getting a coach to help you do all these things. So
That's
people
right.
that are starting at the gym, which might think this is hard, I never want to do this again, are seeing you do it and go, oh look, you got to get it done, and kind of finding motivation, I think, from that, which is, it always helps.
Well, it's sort of going back to exactly that, the routine thing. So it's like my routine was go to the gym, eat this, do that, enjoyed it.
Sleep in the Arvo for 4 hours.
So that's like my routine that I really, really like.
Yeah.
So that was easy for me to do. And that's why it's been so difficult for me to go the other way and do something literally the opposite of what I was doing. So I think that I think I've got a better understanding, appreciation, all that sort of thing when I'm working with people that are just getting into whatever type of exercise now, because I go, I know how fucking hard that is to do something that...
Well, you said the other day, what time do you wake up now? Because it used to be like 9:30, 10.
It has been 9:30, 10 o'clock for a very long time, bro.
But what are you waking...
Oh, it's just before
5:45. I've seen you awake and it's dark outside and I'm going, that's not you.
Yeah, it's not me. I hate being up early. I hate it.
It's the best.
Yeah, well, we're in the pool when you do the swims as well, because that's usually what I'm up really early for, because you know, 2 hours plus you got to get changed and whatever after. So it ends up being 2.5, 3 hours. Everything is more time than what you actually think it's going to be.
Yeah.
So
it's like time in the pool is actually 2 hours. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And then travel, everything. So it's super annoying. But in the pool, when you go first up to a rec centre, I've never been this early to a rec centre before. They open at 5 o'clock, usually at 5:30. That is peak prime time. Everybody is at the pool.
Really?
That is the busiest you will ever see a leisure centre. It is packed. There's just people everywhere.
What one are you going to?
Riverton, yeah.
Right, okay.
There's people everywhere. Because the squad swimming starts. Swimmers are just like early fucking risers. Like they just love being up early and training early. So weird. I'm like, why? Just sleep in a bit longer. You don't have to be up this early, but...
Don't you have a pool? Why don't you just swim in that?
I actually looked at, you can get those bungee cord things. Have you seen them?
Swim against that?
And swim against, because that would be cool, but the pool's freezing.
Yeah, but you should also just swim against it and then kick off the wall.
Kick off the wall. So many laps.
How many laps you would have to do.
My 6 metre pool.
Unreal. Is it 6 meters?
Something like that, yeah. That'd be a lot of laps.
What is that, like 800 laps or something?
Something like that, yeah. It's a lot.
It's probably not, but it is a lot. You should just that bungee cord.
Might be. I don't really have a wall to push off when I'm out in the ocean. I haven't even talked about I don't like ocean swimming, and I have to go swim in the ocean. I haven't even thought about that.
Massive octopus in Bustleton as well.
Yeah, but you're scared. I'm not scared of octopus. You're
huge ones. I bet you are.
Yeah, well, I'm not as scared as what you are. I'm more just scared of the sharks eating me. That's what I'm.
There was a
scared
big
for.
one there the other week. It was on
shark?
TikTok. Did I send it to you?
No,
I think I was meant to send it to you, but it was.
It's all right.
It
Don't
was
have to next time.
Right on the Bustleton jetty is just cruising past.
I haven't even thought about that yet.
I've
not even done an ocean swim yet. So that's a whole other thing. I haven't even done that yet.
True.
So anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah, it's all going all right. It's just I'm just tired all of the time. Like I just feel so fried. But I do like 2 weeks hard and then 1 week a bit more chilled. So I've just finished the 2 weeks hard. So I've got the next little week of like on the weekend I'd do like a 3-hour ride, which is not a lot now, which is good.
Absurd.
So it is absurd. It is. And if I knew the commitment that it was actually going to be and how much it was going to
Well,
take
you
out
thought
of my
it was
time.
a quarter.
I thought,
of each.
yeah, I did. But like
You
even
stitched
thinking
up.
about the whole thing, if I'd known that this was the commitment that was going to be, I wouldn't have done it. Like, but I'm in too deep. So anyway, we'll just keep grinding along. I'm going to get Stephen Baker on. We'll call him up the next time that we do this. And we'll get an update. Cool. Because he's been grinding away and doing some bits and pieces, but he's just hardcore. He just jumps in.
Hard man.
He just does shit. Like he just wakes up and goes, "Cool, I'm going to do a 2K swim, or I'm going to do a whatever ride today." And so he's a little bit more sporadic on the training. I've sent him some training stuff.
Pretty sporadic on the Instagram replies too.
Is he?
I think you were talking about the Stevie J thing, and I just tagged one of my mates who's a Saints fan. And I was like, "Oh, typical dirty Saint," and he goes, "Oh, eat my nuts." I'm like,
well, you should.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. All right.
I can't wait. I forgot about it. I'm going to bring that up when he's on the phone. I was like, Jono.
I'm just going to hang up.
But anyway, so we'll keep on grinding. The other thing that's happened this week is we took Noel speed dating.
Yes.
Which you don't know anything about this yet.
I took him to the practice date.
Yeah, you did the practice date.
Yeah.
So what we did a few weeks ago, and we've been trying to do it on the pod, is we've been trying to get the word out to find my friend Noel that's got Down syndrome a girlfriend.
Yes.
So we've been on the hunt for this for literally years. Like we've done. We sent it in a Bachelor tape. We sent it in a Love Island tape. We've done all this stuff before, and we can't get him a girlfriend. So we were looking around. Someone replied to us the other week that's been following me for a little while, and she runs a all abilities speed dating night. And I was like, how have you not hit me up before this? I was like, this is perfect. So we signed him up, and we did this practice video together.
It is quality.
It is pretty funny. Go have a look. It's on my Instagram. Jono, mate, is a bit of a feature on it as well, which is good. So I was pretending to be Noel's date and getting in some practice and some little tips to learn.
He did scrub up very well. He did look really good.
Super handsome.
Yeah.
When his hair's done nicely, super handsome. He wears the suit.
But don't tell him to brush it again. Once it's done and set.
That's it.
Yeah, no
more. That's it.
So that's good. No, it was good fun.
You know how we did like all the lessons and the tips and everything?
Yeah, took it on board?
He did some of it.
Yeah.
And then other ones have gone completely out the window.
Really?
Yeah. So I asked Holly, who's the organizer, who's great. That event is so good. We'll definitely take him again. It was down the local in Freo. And there was 6 guys, 4 girls with varying, levels of abilities.
Yep.
And they got 10 minutes each, and they go around the table, and they have little speed dates, and they've got like the speed date cards on the table and like topics and that sort of thing. So the girls were great at keeping the convo going. So Noel was real excited. I've never ever seen him so excited. He was ready. Literally, Joe and his mum messaged me at like 9 o'clock in the morning, going like, he's already put his suit on. I'm picking him up at 5:30. So he's ready all day for speed dating. So he's called me 20 times. I'm like, bro, you got to stop calling me. I'm doing stuff. Anyway, so we go pick him up. He's standing out the front of his house, just ready to go. He's so excited. And then the whole way, he's just buzzing. And I thought, we'll get some practice in. So we sort of, do it.
Yeah.
All right, well, what should you do? Remember to ask about her.
Yeah.
And this and that. Yep. So he was really excited the whole time to be there, and he was good talking.
Yeah.
But he only spoke about himself. So there was no back and forth convo with the girls. The poor girls are sitting there, and the girls were fantastic at keeping the conversation going and reading the cards.
Yeah.
And okay, no, what's your favorite color, or what's your favorite movie, or what do you like to do, or whatever. And he would just answer it, and then just be like, so ask me what's my favorite color.
What's your favorite color?
Black.
Good, thanks.
Yeah. So it was just and I got to put a microphone on him as well, and also on his date. So I'll put up a clip. I haven't done it yet, but we had a bit of a look through because I couldn't actually hear it on the night because I was sort of standing away because I didn't want to, interrupt or whatever. But the other great thing that he was doing, the stuff that we practiced in the car, so if it was like a question or a tip or whatever, if he was talking to them about it, right, and he's there and you're me sitting over there and got the camera, and if it was, ask her what her favourite movie is, and he goes, what's your favourite movie? Once he did something that we told him, he would look to me and go, give me a big thumbs up every time. It was hilarious. There must have been 10 times where it's just like he's nailed it and he's not even thinking what they're saying. He's just looking for me going, got it. Like,
yeah, we've got her now. She's roped in.
It was so good. So
10 minutes is such a long time.
But also, it's amazing that they've all got like the courage and so enthusiastic to go and do that. I would never go speed dating.
Bro, you went on Love Island. Shut up.
Yeah, no, but I would never go on actual speed dating.
No, I couldn't.
I would never do that.
Fear of rejection. That's like that show where they like literally put two strangers there and there's just a button in the middle, and as soon as they're done, they just hit it.
As in when they've had enough of the
date. And people just walk in, they just look and go, no thanks. And I'm going, that would be me done. Like,
have you seen the other one? What's it called? Naked Attraction?
Would never.
Have you seen? Yeah, I know you would never do that. But have you seen that show?
I have seen that.
So they've got them, each contestant's in a box. There's like 5 boxes and they start from the waist up. So they bring the box up and just like, you see like, from the waist down full nude, and then you see from here full down, and then you go to the head. It's so bad.
I was thinking then when you said Naked Attraction, I was thinking something complete different. I know that one you're on now, but I'm thinking of where they just drop them on a night. They're both just Stark. Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And you can just see them as they're walking to each other do the...
Yeah, the up and down.
Oh, okay. All right. Not a chance.
Anyway, so it was a great night, and yeah, he had a few dates, and he definitely needs to work on we need to work on the conversation stuff back and forth and just asking more questions.
Yep.
So he had a great time. Really good, great experience. So good to get him out and do that. He did get a little bit upset at the end when he thought that he didn't have a girlfriend straight away. There was sort of a little bit of a moment, a little teary kind of thing. We had to explain to him that it's okay, we'll come back next time. There'll be more girls and new girls, and we'll work on it and whatever. So there was one girl we liked. So how it works is if you like someone,
swipe right.
Pretty much. But no, you just write their name down on a bit of paper, and then they send your contact details out to them the next day, and then they can contact you if they'd like.
Okay.
So it doesn't happen on the night, because like that would be like, could you imagine that if there's one popular, guy or girl, like it's a lot going on, and like someone might get jealous and whatever.
Dear.
So it's like
it kicks off.
Yeah, it kicks off. Like you don't want that to start on off with. So they've done it amazingly well. So patient, so good. And Holly and the other helpers that were there, they sort of come in and they just sort of help the conversation out as well. So they're sort of just like hovering throughout the tables, and then they just, oh, hey, why don't we talk about this? Or they pick up a card or say, why don't you ask about this, or whatever it might be. So really good event. It deserves to have a lot more people there than what it has. So
when's the next one?
I think it's November, I think. So we've got a few months. So we'll get
Where can we find it?
Well, it's Pash Consultancy, it's called on Instagram. But I'll put up a video and that sort of stuff when I do the actual little thing that we did of Noel's day out. And but anyway, had a good time. We got a burger and chips at the end, which I think he was honestly more excited about.
Did you get mayo?
He literally said, can you ask mayo on the side? And I went, right. Got to get the mayo on the side. Like, oh, God. So it was a great experience. Super happy that we took him and did that. But we just need to work on his conversation skills a little bit more.
Yeah.
And, we'll see how we go. So,
that's awesome.
Really good. But that's all we got today. So thanks everybody for tuning on in. Remember the football program, the sign-ups are now on. So that's a gym program, running program, optional swim day as well.
Selling out fast.
There's so many people that are jumping on it, which is bloody awesome. Community support, in-person running session, any level of football, guys, girls. There's a beginner and advanced program. So much going on there. Limited spots. Head on over to www.bodymagic.fit. We've got, sorry, my hands that Jono hates.
Stop it.
And we've got some giveaways for next time that we're on the pod.
Yeah.
We've got the Blake Acres signed jersey. We've got Luke Dunstan signed jersey.
Unreal.
And we've also got a Nick Kay signed jersey as well. So we're going to be giving all that away all next one. If you want to get in the chance to win those, head on over to any of the social posts. They're on a Wednesday. So if you check out those, the podcast clips for that episode, just go start tagging your mates down the bottom there. That's an entry, and we're going to pick some people out, and we're going to get them live on the phone.
Is it one tag per person, or as many?
As many as you want. If you do more tags.
What if you tag the same person over and over again?
Not the same person, but if you...
How do you filter that?
I don't know. I'm just going to look at it and go, no, same. Like, it's just... We just make it up, mate. We just make it up.
Yeah,
we make it
okay,
up.
cool.
So get tagging everyone on there to get an entry because we're giving those away all next episode, which would be great. Sign up to the football program. Make sure if you haven't already to subscribe, follow, like the Fat Chat episodes. Listen to some of the other ones that have been on the last few weeks. There's been some good guests, and we got
to the first ones if you haven't, and you can see how far we've come.
Yeah, that's right.
Since then. Dear Lord.
Too good. Thank you so much, guys. Love your work.